All right, guys, today I'd like to talk about something that affects every single person, and that's the cost of the basic things that you need to survive, and that's food. So I'm in the UK right now, and in the UK, there's a whole bunch of supermarkets, and they're all the same, and they all sell the same stuff. And the thing about the Brits is that they like their routine. They like the same sort of stuff, and they like ready-made meals. So they go to the supermarkets a lot. But recently what's been happening is that, well, I believe, okay, as the headline here states, I don't know if you can see it. The headline here states profiteering not by us, say Britain's supermarkets, and the boss who earned 4.9 million last year. Okay, the boss in question is CEO Simon Roberts of Sainsbury's. Okay, his salary went up by 40%, and it's 4.9 million. And in dollars, that makes it $4.4 million. Okay, so this has been happening for a while now, and this is Unite Union, okay? They're, as far as I can see, they're the only people who actually are calling this out and saying like this is a problem, and like we need to stop profiteering, okay? So I'd like to bring your attention to these titles here. Tesco and Sainsbury hand shareholders, okay? Shareholders. You gotta love the shareholders. 1.2 billion, highest dividend since 2005. This was in 2003, okay? And these are astronomical numbers, bro. And yeah, you're paying the shareholders with inflated prices, basically. And if you've watched my video before on what is it, stock buybacks, you'll know that CEOs are incentivized directly by the price of the stock. They get an incentive based on the stock price, and this used to be illegal because it's really damaging to the overall economy. Okay, and it just, yeah, it's really bad. So if you want to read this, this is the title on uniteunion.org, right? There's tons more headlines like this. Supermarkets never had a question to answer on profiteering, but their suppliers do. Okay, so clearly, like, there's a bunch of finger pointing. Some of the suppliers are companies like Unilever, which owns like half the things in this picture here are owned by Unilever, okay? So another Guardian headline, which the Guardian is not trustworthy in my opinion, but the headline reads UK supermarkets face calls for profiteering investigation. Obviously, because the already, like, they tell you the inflation number. I already think that's BS, okay? The inflation number in my opinion is BS already. And then you compare the inflation overall that they're feeding you to the prices that you're actually seeing, and it doesn't make sense. It's like it doesn't go, it's not logically coherent, you know what I mean? So another headline: competition watchdog probe clears supermarkets of profiteering. So there's a bunch of different things happening, but one thing's for sure, like, you know economists have I have a bone to pick with economists now. We're getting into the segment called What Grinds My Gears, and this is about economists. So economists have all their little neat models of how the world works, right? And all this different stuff. But how come everything is so shit then? How come they never predict anything? How come everything kind of is falling apart? Maybe it's because it's schizo and it's not actually at all rooted in reality. So there's a guy called Gary Stevenson, okay? And he wrote a book. He's like one of the world's top traders. He's famous on YouTube. Check him out. And in his book, he said that one day he was, at the trading desk or whatever at work, and he was reading a book about economics and these models, right? And one of his colleagues came up to him and said, and totally crashed out, okay, and flipped out and threw the book away, right? And he said to Gary, if you want to learn about the economy, go and talk to real people. And I think that's a brilliant approach. And yeah, we're going to sort of do that now, today. So this is a video here. This is from a channel called Brit Rants, okay? It's a decently large channel, and it's one of my guilty pleasures to watch people suffer. Not because I like suffering, but because I I w- I constantly obsessively have the need to sort of understand what's going on. So this video is called Rubbish for Gold Prices. UK mince prices are out of control. So I've skipped the intro. Let's hear out some people on the ground in the UK.
Since when the fuck has a 500 gram pack of 5% mints been 5 fucking quid? 5 fucking quid? No. I'm not buying that. I always used to get mints as like my cheaper protein for like my lunch. No, it was cheaper to get a 650 gram pack of chicken, and I'm gonna get more protein for that. So fuck the mints. I'm not paying 5 fucking quid.
Whoever came up with this fucking vacuum-packed mince needs fucking kicking in the fucking ghoulies. What the fuck is this? We're not fucking Americans eating ground beef. You get a packet of mince, you put your hands in, you sprinkle it all fucking out there, it breaks up nice and fucking even. This breaks into fucking squares, you fucking idiots. And it sets my fucking autism off because mincemeat is fucking mincemeat and should stay mincemeat for fucking ever. Whoever came up with this fucking vacuum-packed mince needs fucking kicking in the fucking ghoulies. What the fuck is this? We're not fucking Americans eating ground beef. You get a packet of mince, you put your hands in, you sprinkle it all fucking out there, it breaks up nice and fucking even. This breaks into fucking squares, you fucking idiots. And it sets my...
Okay, this is not quite relevant to the topic, okay, but you know what? I'm going to tie it into what I said earlier, that the Brits have a way of doing things, you know? They have their traditions and their sort of routines, and if you mess with that, that's a surefire way to get them angry. You know, they're very tolerant. British people are very tolerant, but if you mess with their routine, things can get ugly. And I feel like there's been a lot of stepping on toes lately, and it's not going to end well for whoever's doing the toe stepping.
Fucking autism off because mincemeat is fucking mincemeat and should stay mincemeat for fucking ever.
It's doing my fucking Sweden right now. The fucking cost of living. Just been to the shop and the cheese is in a security fucking lockbox. None of that brie stuff. No. This is just your everyday cheddar. I've just spent 15 quid on a bottle of oil. It cost more than my bottle of whiskey. Right, you want an investment tip, right? Forget your FTSE 100 and your cryptocurrencies, gold, bullion, get out of it, right? What you want to do is get down Tesco's and clear out their lean mince beef, right? Because the rate that's going up, you freeze that shit and sell it on in 3 months' time. You'll be making 50% profit return all day long. What the fuck?
Fucking recycling. And this is how my mince comes. What fucking monstrosity is that? Who the fuck decided that that is a better idea than having nice little bits of mince? Fucking vacuum-packed mince, what a joke. Who the
Well, my opinion is that it's better for profits, and we all know that profit is king and the most important thing in life. You know, shareholders, that's what shareholders care about, and the shareholders is the people that you know.
Fuck was going to tell me how expensive gammon is now. This entire bag of shopping, not even full, 51.58. All because I spent 20 fucking pounds on 2 tiny joints of gammon, unsmoked.
You know, if the carbon credit limit was already instated, you'd be in hot water. You'd have to make that last for the whole year.
I was a kid. It was like the cheapest meat around. You can get this for a £5.
Oh, dude, I love her little Luffy, straw hat Luffy picture in the back. That's sick.
I spent £8.50 on bloody chicken. Chicken used to be like £1.75 for a whole ass chicken. When did it get so expensive? And you might think, Peggy, why the fuck have you bought 2 joints of unsmoked gammon? That's disgusting. And you would be right, it's quite yucksville. But somewhere in my delulu brain, I thought, I'm gonna make ham. Who makes ham? You just buy ham, it just exists. You don't try and make it. I might have to do a video on making ham to pay for the fucking ham, so please like for ham.
That's pretty crazy. She's gonna have to she's gonna have to make the ham into an asset to afford it.
What in the cost of living, taking the piss, ripping people off world are we living in?
£10 for how much? 1 kilogram of ground beef, right? So let me know where you live. How much is 1 kilo of ground beef?
This is Asda. It's their horrendous vacuum packed mince, and it is £10 and 5 pence. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video when it reached the £9 mark. It is now over a tenner for mince. Has cows become like, like gold? Do you know what I mean? Should we now be going and investing in a cow? Because this, to me, is scandalous. Now, I don't know what the hell is happening with meat in general, but this... I mean, can you imagine a family of 4 spaghetti bolognese? You're going to be talking 20 quid by the time you stick on a big garlic bread. This is more than cost of living. This is scandalous. This is greedflation, without a doubt. So, guys, have you noticed the price of this? £10 and 5 pence in Asda. Asda needs to have a fucking word with itself, because this, to me, is just taking the eyes out of people who are working hard and can't afford to put food on the table. And as we're getting into winter, these prices are going to get higher. So please, somebody, if you're in the know, if you're a farmer or something, please let me know why mincemeat is going up as much as it is, especially this shit in the vacuum packed stuff, because it's vile. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Catch you later.
So guys, I just want to say, this is why it's important to support like your local small businesses, because the more you go to the supermarket, the less business your local place has, the less sort of likeliness that they're going to stick around. The less likely it is, and the less local places, the less family-owned places there are, the more the supermarkets can control the price. So if everybody goes to the supermarket, you no longer have a choice, but you have to pay for this food at these prices. Like, duh. Like, that's why it's important to go to different spots, okay? Because, yeah, it's basically you're giving a monopoly to the supermarkets. And they all own each other. It's the same thing. So, yeah, it is basically like a monopoly.
Right, not only does this look diabolical...
Okay, this mince stuff is gotta, I don't know, like, what? I'm starting to get pissed off, and I'm not even there.
But it's
okay,
£9.50 fucking 8.
Since when?
What the actual cost of living fucking crisis is going on?
Yeah.
So I just popped to Asda because I wanted to get some mince for dinner tomorrow night. £9.78 for a kilo of mince? I don't think so. £9.78 for a kilo of 5% mince. They didn't even have any of the other ones in there, because I would have just got the thingy fat one and drained the fat. But not since when has a kilo of mince been nearly a tenner? Please answer me that, because I've yeah. What in the cost of living crisis is going on in this country? £9.78. That's nearly a tenner for dinner before you've even bought anything else. What's going on? Short, like, how much is it in Tesco's these days? £9.78.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So, do you think it's a agenda? Do you think it's just how things are meant to be? Like, what is the reason why this is happening? Because I don't know. It's kind of weird, and lots of places in the world, they already have really expensive meat. And most people in Asia, like, their main source of protein is soya. Okay? So in some places, it's not even like that extraordinary. But in Britain, they love their meat and they love their mince and stuff like that, especially beef mince. So this is a big problem for the regular folk, okay? The regular British folk. And yeah, it's really disturbing news that the price of mints has gone up so much.